Hello and welcome to this video about my time logging system. This system is meant to log the time that people or animals were inside and outside. Here I have the long-range RFID reader that's connected via a 10-meter cable to this little box that I made. Inside this box is a RS-232 to TTL converter that is connected via the ribbon cable to the Raspberry Pi 400. The Raspberry Pi 400 is powered via this little USB cable that also goes to the box, and inside this box this is connected to the 12-volt power that comes in. The 12-volt power also goes through the cable to the reader, so the reader doesn't need a separate power supply. Here I have two RFID tags, one is loaded with my name and the other one isn't loaded. So here in the program you can see when it first started it says lists made. That just means that it made the list to save the objects in. After that it says animals are loaded, but it could also be humans, of course. And then you can see this list. This has one object in it, so this is me. Then it says objects are made. Here it already read one of the tags and it says tag not in system, so that means that it read the tag that is not in the system, so not mine. So if I scan mine, it says Steen is now outside. And it says not enough time has passed because it scanned it 2 times, but I don't want to be inside after less than a second, of course. Now here I can type a new name, for example, Jos. And I click new. Then it asks me to bring the tag closer to the reader. So now it says here, new animal is made or new human is made, one of the two. I can press OK. Now here I can delete an object. So if I don't want it anymore in my system, I can delete it here. So now it says that it has been deleted. I can press OK. Now the minimum time has passed, so now if I scan my tag again, it will say here, Stan is now inside and the times of Stan have updated. If I now click Save and Exit and open this folder and go into the file of today, you can see that I've been outside for 6 minutes and 37 seconds, and this will make a row for each person or animal that is in the system, and this will be a file for each day, and you can also add extra information if you want to on new columns, but that's not in the system right now. So yeah, that was about it. Now I'm going to go over the code. Before you can use this software, you need to install some things first. So first you need to install Raspberry Pi OS on your SD card. Then you need to install the modules listed here. Then you need to switch the serial port. This has something to do with Bluetooth or something. I don't know exactly, but you can find a video about it online. Then you need to make a folder on your desktop. This is going to contain all the files of this project. After that, you need to make a desktop entry. This is a .desktop file. In that file, you need to put this piece of code. Then you need to make it executable. You can also find a tutorial about this online. And then you need to set the settings of your reader so it gives the correct information about your tags. First, I'm going to go over the class, and after that, I'm going to the rest of the program and explaining the functions as I go. So here we have the class user. It has a name, a tag, and a location. location is inside or outside. Went inside means the time when they went inside last time. Went outside is the time they went outside last time. Time outside is the total time outside. Time inside is the total time inside. And times is the list of the times. The function change location changes the location from outside to inside or from inside to outside. When you go back inside, the times are updated with the function update times. So this function is called and it calculates the total time outside and inside. Now I'm going to go to the main program. So here we have the main program. First we set the min time. This is the minimum time that a person or a user can be outside. Then we have the list names. This is the list with the usernames, and the list tags. This is the list with the tags in the same order as the names. User objects is a class object list. So then we print the lists are made. Then today's file name is the year, the month, and the day. Then we load the users. So if we go to this function, load users, you can see that we get the file names and tags.csv. This is the file where the users are stored, and we load them. After that, we print users loaded, then we make the users. So this just takes the names from the list and appends an object to the list. After that, we print the list with the user objects and we print class objects are made. Then we open a serial port to the reader. This is information you can find from your seller or in a tutorial online. We close the port and we open it again. Then we start our Tkinter window. We call it RFID logging system. It's 700 by 700 pixels. You can change that if you want. And we check the scan and time. So what that does, it scans and it checks if it's almost midnight or not. So if you go to scan, here is a function that scans. If the location is inside and it gets scanned, it changes the location to outside if enough time has passed. If not, it will print not enough time has passed, and the same for outside to inside. And if the tag is not in the system, it will also print that. If we go back to this and we check this function, if it's almost midnight, the program will close on its own because the times need to stay for each day. So what this does is it calls the function again after 250 milliseconds. That's what you said here. So it will do this every 250 milliseconds. Here we place all the buttons and boxes on the screen with Take Enter. So if we click the button for new user, we come to this function. And then there are three options: name already in use, new user added, or no name entered if the box is empty. If new user is added, then we go to the function new user. Here it scans the tag, so it wants to scan the tag, so it says scan tag, and then it will wait for tag. So this function will wait until a tag is scanned. Then it will append the name to the list and also the tag to the list, so it cannot be double used. And then it also will append a class object to the list of user objects. To delete the user, it's about the same but in reverse. So that's delete user event. Then we have user quit. So when the user quits the program, so it clicks quit, it goes to the function quit that's defined here. And what that does is it cancels the check, scan, and time. So the one that we call every 250 milliseconds, that is cancelled. We close the window, we place everyone or every user inside and save all the files. This is also called when the button in the corner, the cross, is clicked. It does the same. Of course, I've also added an accept function. This also calls the quit function. And finally, I do a GPIO cleanup. There's a lot more code about files and so on. This is not necessary to understand how the program works. If you have any questions about this, you can ask them in the comments below. That will be it for this video. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.